Hi guys! Welcome to Make With Me Monday. My name is Robin French Smith, and I, along with Amanda Aaron, and I'm one of the owners of Bath Biz and Foam. And today we're gonna make some bath bombs. Nothing. Okay, so I think that this angle might be the solution to the, y'all want to see what I'm doing, but you still want to see my facing. Like, this gives you a lot of view of the table that I'm working with. So, yeah. I'm going to split this. This is all of my dry ingredients and all of my wet ingredients, with the exception of my fragrance oil and my citric acid. And I'm going to split this. Now, today, the humidity where I live is like super low for me. It's like in the 50s. Yeah. For me, that's like super low. So I cut my cream of tartar and my cornstarch in half. I left my baking soda because I left my baking soda, obviously. I left my kaolin clay where it was because I love the way kaolin clay feels in the water. It's like, makes the water feel so silky smooth. It can contribute to bath bomb sinking if you have too much, like if you don't have a balance in your mix, which is why my recipe generally has a lot of cornstarch in it, because it helps with floating and it just kind of helps balance out the fact that it's a kaolin clay heavy recipe. But it's just, the water feels like silk. Like, I have so many people who tell me, like, no, these are legitimately the best bath bombs ever. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside and I can use that later for a separate batch. So that's one of the reasons I encourage people to wait to add their citric acid. Especially with the high humidity recipe. With other recipes, I don't think it matters as much, but this one needs lots of time to mix beforehand to really get those wet ingredients all the way incorporated. So that's just like my opinion, man. The fragrance I'm using is called Kissing and Telling. Ooh la la, from Nature's Garden. Can't see that because of the intense glare from my ring light. And I'm gonna go ahead and give that like a little mixy. Yeah. So we're gonna see if me cutting the partners in half, if that makes a difference today. I did it a little bit like last winter. It's not like perfect. The high humidity recipe is like really like, it's like 50 is like the low end. Like, it can do 50%, but like I do notice a difference at 50%. I prefer for it to be raining outside, honestly. Like, just because the high humidity recipe, like, it loves moisture in the air. I still use a dehumidifier, and I still have to keep them kind of on a lower shelf in a drier area of my workshop because, they're bath bombs, so they are still going to react to moisture. But I feel like that helps a lot. Why did I do that? Put all that back, and I'm going to add my citric acid now. And for the color, okay, we're making crystal balls. Let's pause this. We're making crystal balls. So I was thinking, sorry, looking for a towel. I was thinking purple, hear me out, purple with like purple embeds inside, but I could also do like a really light baby blue and then put the purple embeds inside, because the crystal ball is like normally clear, right? Until it like gets your fortune. Any suggestions? If you guys are talking to me, I can't see it yet. So, I was originally thinking purple, but I think now, oh, let me also show you. So, if you don't know, on our Facebook page, so this Bath and Foam is our Facebook group, but we also have, like this, the one that you're in right now, that's our support group, but we also have a, okay, I see you vote for purple, it wins. We also have our Facebook page proper. And last week I made embeds. Okay, so this is going to be like half a teaspoon of red 27 Lake and like a quarter teaspoon of blue one. So Friday I made embeds, and I was like mixing, it was like raining, it was like pouring rain, and I was like questioning whether or not I should make embeds with the baking soda that I had just bloomed. And I was like, normally it works for me, it's fine, but it is raining outside, so I don't know if I should do it. Y'all, I did it. I did it. These are the ones I made during the live. These are the ones I made afterwards. How do you like my embed? It'll fit in a bath bomb. Okay, so that purple, I love that. Love it. It's one of the reasons I add my lakes when I add my citric acid, because that means that everything's had nice time to blend. Okay, so I'm going to transfer this to a bowl. So yeah, I like just really jacked up that whole thing with the embeds. But here's the good news, like you can still use them. You can still use them. Like, it's not gonna be as fizzy. Like, they lost a lot of their fizz during their traumatic birth because of me. User error, okay? But yeah. Okay, so since purple has a tendency to fade and get spotty, I am gonna add some mica to it. And I think I should add some glitter. I probably should have done it when it was in the mixer, but I didn't do it. I probably should have done both of these things when it was in the mixer, but I didn't do it. I almost never add mica to my bath bombs. Like, very rarely do I do that. Glitter. Ooh, it's magical in here. Yeah, I very rarely do that, but purple does have a tendency to fade. And I want these to be really pretty for like a long time. So I'm just gonna mix that in by hand. And once I kind of get it going a little bit and I know the glitter won't keep flying up, I'm gonna add my binder, which is water. Yeah, so I just added that glitter, and hopefully this will be like really sparkly. Like, I can already feel that the mix feels different. We'll see what happens. It doesn't feel like it's like holding together. Interesting. I'm gonna keep mixing it though. And sometimes it'll still work anyway, so let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'm in it for the long haul, so I'm committed. We're doing this. It's happening. Okay, so I'm gonna put my mix on this mixing bowl. Oh, now I also have these glitters from the Good Glitter Company. What I was thinking about doing was like putting just like a little spot of glitter, like chunky glitter in it. I've never done that before either. Just trying new things. So this is a mold from Chunkadust. It is a crystal ball, or I guess it could be a snow globe. One of the cool things about this mold is it's a bottomless mold. And I'll show you how to use it today. Okay, so I want to use, I have like all these samples here, but there was one that I really liked. Where did it go? Okay, it's not that, not that. Okay. Called Double Bubble. It's like white or clear. So I want to try that. And we're going to see what's happening with this. I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to take a pinch, put it in like there. Just a pinch. And now let's see what happens when I use this mix. I'm just gonna like sprinkle it in there, and then I'm gonna kind of make a little space right there, and I'm gonna add my embeds. Add like a couple down there, a few over here. Okay. And then keep sprinkling it in. How many embeds did I add? Like 7? That's probably a lot. I should probably slow down on that a little bit, just saying, that's all. Okay. So, I have the mix right around 8 ounces. Ooh. I am gonna kind of like mound it up right here where I want it to be round, and like right here at the base where I want it to be kind of round. And then I'm gonna press this piece in. Where's my spoon? Y'all, I had it out. Hold on. Don't judge me. There it is. Okay. I just knock it like before I press it because it helps like get some of the stuff off the sides, you know? Okay. Moment of truth. Looking good so far. Okay, so I'm going to set it on my table. Give it a couple knocks. It feels kind of crumbly, but it's holding together. Yay! And see how that Good Glitter little sprinkle right there looks really pretty, and it's like super sparkly. You can see all the sparkles in it. Yay! Okay, now let's make a few more of those, however many I can get out of this mix. Sarah says that she's late to the party, but she made it. What's up, girl? Welcome to my house. Y'all, my son, I don't remember what year it was. It was the year that that song came out. He wanted me to play that song every single morning on the way to school. Every single morning. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Every single morning on the way to school. I'm like, I'm barely awake. But I did it for him. I did it because I love him. Just gonna put some of my embeds in there. I should have put them in a little container so I could have them right here. I'll switch them in a second. So when I tested these, when I made these last year, it's been a year since I've made any of these, they did float, even though they're like 8 ounces. They did float. What was I gonna say? What's my caveat? Sometimes though, like, you have to put it in the water and then like kind of encourage it. So I don't remember if they were like that, but I just remember that they floated. So there's that. Ooh, Lena says, happy Monday. Hello, hello. So, yeah, I was showing them these embeds that I made last week. These are the ones I made during the live on the Face-to-Face Friday. These are the ones that I made afterwards when I was like, should I self-sabotage myself? And I was like, I shouldn't do that. And then I didn't do it. Well, like right after the Face-to-Face Friday, I made these. And yeah, I made these embeds. So that happened. If you don't know, I think I've already said it, probably. But we started adding on Fridays a live on our Facebook page, like our business page. This is the help group page, and I'm talking about the business page, so that you can see, kind of have another thing to do. Part of that's because like I had people from Scandalous Soap who were used to watching me live on Friday, like every Friday for like years, and I felt so bad like stopping it. Okay, this one looks better because I spread out the glitter more. Ooh, girl, yeah, I might redo this first one because he looks real sad compared to the other one. You know what I'm saying? She's not like pulling her weight. Oh, Hillary says it's fun that he wanted me to play that song. Someday he won't want me to do that anymore. Yeah, my older son is turning 18 this weekend. 18. I'm like, what do you want for your birthday? Nothing. He doesn't want anything. It's like so hard to buy for him, so hard to know what he's thinking. One good thing though is that he moved to San Antonio, so I'm in Houston, so he moved to San Antonio, and so his stepmom works for the airlines, so he's able to like fly back and forth as like a guest. It's like on standby, so most of the time he gets to fly. Sometimes I have to drive, but because of that, we have to spend like, oh, my embeds are here. We have to spend like tons of time in the car together, and I was really upset when they moved to San Antonio. I was really upset about it, but I've actually been really grateful for it because we get so much time to like just talk, because you're like just trapped in the car and you're like talking, and I don't know, it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, when I first found out, I cried, I was really upset about it, took it personally, you know, but I've actually look at it now as like a huge blessing, because we're able to spend so much time together and like just one-on-one time sitting in the car talking about politics and I don't know, stuff that like when you're 18 your brain is just starting to think of these things, like what do I think about this? So that's been cool. That's my life for you. Okay. Yep, here we go. So I'm putting the good glitter in this. So this is the chunky. This is so pretty. It's double bubble, and I'll include a link for it. I'll include a link for pretty much everything. For the mold, for everything. But yeah, I'll include a link for the good glitter. The end. Huzzah. So yeah, this is the high humidity recipe. It does have the cream of tartar and the cornstarch are cut in half. So we'll see how they do. Oh my god, I know I'm like showing you every single one, but like really? Y'all, this is a revelation. I am shook. as the kids say. I am shook. Okay. Ooh, okay. And so, you know what? This last one, because there was like some glitter left on the inside of the mold, it put some on the back too. So I'm gonna like try that on this one. So I have it kind of spread out with my finger. I spread it out in there, but I'm gonna take some on this side and kind of spread it out too, and see how it does, and see if we can get it to like have that shimmer on both sides. That would be awesome. And then I might redo this first one just because it's like, she's got to fit in. She can't just be like different, you know. Oh, embed time. So what's funny about those embeds, I had actually like, I thought the color might morph. So sometimes when you use dyes, the colors morph. So I'd actually like set up a camera, like an overhead camera, and was like videoing myself doing it because I was expecting the color to morph, and I was gonna do like a time lapse of the color morph, but instead it's like a time lapse of them like puffing up like marshmallows. It's hilarious. So anyway, there's my little story for you. Yeah. So I'm super excited, and we have some really exciting things in the works for you guys. Like, I'm like, I can't say it yet. Just hold on to your butts, okay? Because we're about to do some stuff and it's gonna be exciting. Just saying. Okay, so I'm gonna press this. Press this. Sarah says, did I say that I cut the cream of tartar in half? Yeah, so I woke up this morning and my humidity, so my average humidity is 80%. But like in the morning, it's 90%, and I've had days where, oh God, I've had days where it's 100% humidity outside and it wasn't raining. So I live in a very humid area, which is why, that's why I created the high humidity recipe. I needed a recipe that would work for me, because people are like, when I first started researching bath bombs, people were like, you gotta wait till the humidity drops between 40%. And I was like, that's never gonna happen. So I was like, all right, I gotta come up with a different solution. So that's why the high humidity recipe was developed. But when it gets like around, like, and it's 50% humidity isn't bad for this. Like, it's not, that's within the range that I can use the high humidity recipe, but it is on like the lower end of it, and I do tend to have more problems when I'm on the lower end of the humidity scale. And that worked, by the way. So I have the shimmer on both sides. Let's see if I have enough for one more. So yeah, so this morning when I saw that the humidity was low for me, I cut my cream of tartar and my cornstarch in half. Gave it the chop. The old chopper. Cut it in half just to see how it would work. Because what usually happens, so like if the humidity is too low, all those hardeners that are in there just like cause the bath bomb to harden too quickly, and then they'll crack. Or sometimes if it's like super dry, like if it's like 30%, they just won't even form. Like they just won't even like, nope. They're like, nope, we're not doing this. I don't believe in this. You're violating my rights to not do anything. And I just won't, it won't do it. So that's why I cut it in half, just to kind of get a feel for that. And that's one of the reasons, like, we do want to develop a low humidity recipe that has the same qualities as the high humidity recipe. Because like one of the things people love is like the water feels really silky and it's just really easy to work with. So I want to develop that, but I have to kind of wait for like low humidity. But so people who buy the high humidity recipe and they live in lower humidity, that's one of the things they can do is like cut the hardeners in half and then like increase your oils. I just don't feel like that is like the best solution. it is a solution. It's just like, in my personal opinion, I don't feel like that. I feel like there's probably a better solution for it out there. And by golly, I'm gonna find it. That's like barely enough. I don't know if this will form a whole one. You know what I should do? I shouldn't have done that. I should have just crumbled this one up since I'm gonna do that, but it's okay. Lena says that you're making, oh, your humidity today was 94%. Yeah. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to like Houston. Okay, when I went to, I went and worked in the rainforest in Mexico. I taught art there one summer, and like as I was preparing, they were like, okay, it's really hot here. Like it's really humid and hot. And I was like, when I landed, I was like, it just feels like my house. So I guess I live in a rainforest. So that's kind of crazy. Okay, that little one worked. He just has like a really thin Saturn ring, which means that his Saturn ring might crumble. It's not going to be as sturdy as the other ones, but I think that's okay. Let's destroy this perfectly fine bath bomb right here, like that, and we'll take his embeds out. Meta. So these are for the fairy tale theme. You know, witches be having crystal balls. You know what I'm saying? They do though. Okay, so this time we're gonna put glitter on both sides. And this guy right here only has glitter on one side, but we're gonna let him pass. I don't wanna make too big. I don't wanna push my luck and like remake another one. You know what I'm saying? Might not be a good choice there. So yeah, so Lena says that she's making the high humidity recipe today. So may it serve you well, madam. I hope that it works very well for you today. Here's my last few embeds. And like I said, I probably will post that video of those embeds of where everything like went sideways on those embeds. I'll post that. Why not? I just gotta like speed it up. Yeah. It was a real special moment for me. I was like, can you imagine if I had done them live? Because I was like so close to doing them live, even though like I knew in my heart was like, no, that's too wet. And I was like, shh. I'm a god into myself. I can do what I want. You can't boss me around. Like I was like this close to just being like, I'll make them right now. And then reason prevailed. And I was like, no, I should wait. And so I used Bloom baking soda instead. Dry Bloom baking soda. So that happens. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked out that page, and if you like and follow it, so you can get notifications on that page too, if you want to. So you can see the face-to-face Fridays, which are at noon Central Standard Time. Mondays I drag. I'm like behind, and then Fridays I just am like ready to go do other things. Okay. I did put embeds in that, right? I found all those embeds on the side. I think I put embeds in that. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I remade that one. Look how pretty. Alright, I will include links to all of this stuff, and I will go back through afterwards and answer any questions you might have. And I will include everything that you see in, I'll put links at the top. Alright guys, thanks for joining today. Happy making!